So this is how my client coming in. You know, he came in looking rough. He was like, you know what, chop it all off. So you know what, this is what we about to do. We about to go ahead, get to work on this cut, and we about to bless him real quick. All right, so right here, what we really want to do is just want to pick out the hair. We really just want to pick out all this hair. He didn't pick out anything when he came in. You know, everything was still all nappy and everything like that. So we just want to pick it out basically till it's just a whole big fluff ball. That's basically what we want right now. Alright, so right here I have my one guard all the way closed, knocking down the bolt, you know, but listen real quick, okay? Like, because this is what happened. Usually I don't do this. Usually I don't go in straight with a guard, you know, trying to take off all this much bulk at least. Usually I go with my no guard, just freehand all that bulk, you know, so then when I go ahead and come back with my guard, it's just a lot easier on my clipper. But to be honest, I ain't gonna lie, I just wanted a thumbnail. But you know, if you're doing this, you know, I just recommend going ahead, freehanding that bulk, and then coming back with your guard. Alright, so basically I took all the hair off. Now this is what I kind of get for, you know, trying to make a dope thumbnail, okay? So basically what I had to do is I had to take off my guard and clean off my clipper, you know, just take off all the hair and the hair that was on the guard that got stuck, and then I just went back over it again with the one guard all the way closed and still doing the same thing, just, you know, going over and making sure everything's at the same length. Go ahead and this, I left this in because I just want to leave this as a tip. Make sure you dust off your clients, because you just want to make sure they're as comfortable as possible. And, you know, you just trying to give that experience. You can't really have that experience, you know, when there's hair all on them. But right here, I'm just gonna go ahead, comb everything back out, and then go right back over with the one guard closed. So right here I went ahead and picked up my Slimline Pro Eli's, or you guys can use any trimmers that you guys have, and I like using my liners because it gives me that clean guideline, and I can make it's just easier for me to contour the fade to his head. And when I contour my fade, it's kind of just not just putting a straight line across his head, you know. I contour the line because I'm basically just giving him a fade that's meant for him. So right here I went ahead and picked up my 1.5 guard all the way closed, and I'm kind of just debulking. You know, this is kind of my old method of cutting. You know, this is a little bit older video. Still could take away some good things from this video though. But I used to like to just debulk before I even set in any other guidelines, because what I felt like it was just didn't make my I just didn't do as much work in the long run when I would debulk after I set in my primary guideline with my trimmers. So that's all I'm doing. I'm still following the same contour shape that I set in with the liners though. Alright, so right here I have my masters all the way open and I'm setting my guideline in about 1 inch. Now what I want you guys to see is how many times I actually go over the hair every single time I'm using my masters. I'm constantly combing and then going right back over it, and it helps to really the reason why I'm doing that is because it really just helps keep everything even. When everything is even, it also helps get that cleaner fade that you guys are probably looking for. So now this is where we go ahead and take out that guideline that we just set in. So right here I have my wall seniors, it's all the way closed, and I'm kind of just nudging at that line, making sure. The reason why I nudge at that line that I made with my liners is because when you use your liners, it's gonna make a harsh guideline. That's just what it's gonna do. Your liners are meant to hit hard. So I felt like my seniors though, it takes that line out pretty well, and that's why I nudge at that line. I really focus on that line so we can take that out. I seen a lot of fades, and the guideline with the liners is still set in because it's set in so harshly. You guys really want to focus on, when you're using your seniors, you really want to focus on just taking that guideline out that you set in with your liners, and that's usually the only thing that's wrong with you guys' fades. So I feel like a lot of people, if you focus on that line, your fades will definitely come out a lot cleaner. Alright, this is where I felt like, you know, I should have just stuck to my system. I just wanted to try something new. But this is what I did. I took my one guard all the way closed, and right now, I think I'm just doing a lever play. I just opened my lever. I'm just doing a lever play right now. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just really just playing with my lever. Really just trying to, I guess I was trying to just not use my one guard. But in the end, I had to use it anyway. But yeah, this is kind of where everything just went bad. like I said, I went ahead and picked up my one guard. So I'm kind of just lever playing. And you know what? This is why I want this haircut right here to be a lesson. I want this to be a lesson to beginners and maybe some people that have been cutting hair for a little bit. You know, like, this is why you want to stay very consistent with your guidelines. You want to stay very consistent. When you're just lever playing your entire haircut, every haircut isn't going to come out the same because you're not really staying consistent. So the reason why this fade didn't really come out the way I want, like the way I'm used to, I should say, is because there was too much lever play. There was too much room for inconsistency. And then my fade ended up coming, you know, inconsistent. You can kind of just see where this is going. Like, I'm literally just knocking out areas that I just feel like are just too bulky. And I'm just gonna let you guys watch. But when it comes to my lineups, I never change how I do my lineups. Right here, I went ahead, took some liquid razor, sprayed it on there, dried it up, and it's time to just line up. He hasn't had a lineup for 2 months, man. It's been literally 2 months since this dude's last had a lineup. And you know what? I was like, all right, bet. So I kind of saw this as I'm the first bar that ever gave him a lineup. So I have room to push him back a little bit. Not really push him back. It's more like a professional pushback to where you really just got to analyze the hairline. You know, he's had 2 months of where hair has had time to grow over. So you really want to take everything into consideration. Now, when it comes to the actual lineup part, you really want to just keep everything natural. You really, to a certain extent, you know, you're going to have to push back clients. But again, you want to make sure it stays as a professional pushback rather than an unnecessary pushback, because if you do unnecessary pushbacks, you're gonna have an angry client, you know, over here cussing you out. So you don't want that. You definitely want to make sure that everything stays very consistent, very natural, and also sharp. You want to make sure that they clean and crispy. So when it comes to enhancements, now I want you guys to kind of pay attention when I do this. Now, not pay attention in the good way, kind of in the bad way, you know, learn from me a little bit. Because back then when I used to do my enhancements, I didn't really agree. Well, now I don't agree. But back then I thought enhancements was about, you know, get it as dark as possible because you want it to seem really dark and full. And that's what makes it seem super crispy. At the same time, you want it to look crispy. At the same time, you want it to look natural too. Like, you want it to look like, you know, like you didn't really just spray a whole bunch of stuff on his head. You don't want it to look like that. So when you're doing it, be light with it. Don't be too dark. You know, I was super dark, and I thought, you know, if you have the super dark, you know, hair with the super ash line, it look cool. No, because then it just doesn't look like a fresh, you know, natural cut. Right here, I just go ahead and throw some Go Drip, and we about to go ahead and just take a look at this before and then after. this is how my client came in here looking. He just, it looked like he just didn't care about his hair no more. Didn't even want. He said, just forget haircuts. Like, I don't even like. What's the point? And we go ahead and turn it into this. Even though it's not, what my usual cuts look like. It's still a pretty decent cut. But if you guys want to see what my cuts look like, go ahead, follow me on Instagram, 360_woods. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Like the video if you like the video, because once you like the video, if you like the video, go drop a comment down below, because you guys already know you guys comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe, because we dropping fire videos just like this one. And it's 360 Woods.